We have learned the lesson from Lebanon. We will not allow militias to be at the border.
Here's a crazy story, guys. The Israeli ambassador to the UN, Danny Danon, went head-to-head with the Syrian ambassador in a rap battle about nothing else but the Druze. Basically, Syria is blaming Israel for coming and saving the Druze when they came and tried to massacre them, their own civilians. So Syria is upset. And Israel just came and dropped the bomb at them, dropped the mic in the UN and told them, why does Israel love the Druze and why would Israel not let them slaughter and massacre my people, the Druze? Watch this video and let's tell you everything you need to know about this conflict.
In July, southern Syria saw the brutal targeting of the Druze community. Homes burned, families murdered. For Israel, the Druze are not strangers. They are our brothers, our sisters, bound to us by a deep historic and national ties. Their safety is our concern, and we were proud to have acted with precision and solidarity to prevent further slaughter.
We have proved ourselves to Syrians, to our region, to our allies, to the new countries we're engaged.
We have learned the lesson from Lebanon. We will not allow militias to be at the border.
He just dropped the mic on them, officially calling the entire Syrian regime and its armies as militias for who they are, a bunch of radical terrorists, jihadists, Salafis, Sunnis that stole a country, basically, and are trying right now to ethnically cleanse everyone that is not Muslim and Sunnah like them. Christians, Druze, Alawites, Yazidis, Jews, well, there's nothing left there. Anyone that is not like them, even Muslims that are not like them, and even Sunni Muslims that are not as radical as they are. Well, that's what happened when ISIS takes over a government, guys. What do you think? So let me help you understand what happened in Syria. In case you're new to my channel, my name is Mansour and I'm an Israeli Druze. One side of my family came from Syria and Lebanon. The other side was born and raised in Israel. I was an officer in the IDF. I was in the special forces. I was a negotiator in the army, and I studied the history of the Middle East and psychology. Basically studied how many psychos live in the Middle East, include all of its religions, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. So let's talk about what's happening in Syria. The Syrian regime came down and tried to massacre and annihilate all the Druze in Syria, literally called for ethnical cleansing, to go, a jihad, to go and kill them, kidnap their women, take their daughters and children as sex slaves, and kill all their men and take all of their possessions, basically. That brought tribes of Muslims and Bedouins from all over the region, all the way to even Africa, Somalia, Chechnya. People just came, lots of Muslims from Europe, obviously, came and tried to massacre them because there was a little fatwa that came and said if you kill a Druze man, you can take his wife and his daughters as sex slaves. So many perverts and jihadists came and tried to do that, and all of this was done by the government. Jawlani, the guy that just went to the White House and got a golden perfume from Donald Trump. That's like the equivalent of Saddam Hussein golden AK-47, right? Like a golden perfume. But either way, the Druze in Syria cried for help. Israel came and stepped in and basically obliterated the Syrian army, tanks and heavy artillery, drones, whatever was coming their way. Convoys of tanks were coming down to go and slaughter the Druze and the Christians, by the way, in their own villages. Israel went and bombed the crap out of them and saved the Druze. Syria got upset. Hey, what are you doing? We're trying to ethnically cleanse people here. Why are you stopping it? They're not even your own citizen. And let's break this down, because this is a very important point. Israel have no incentive to go and save the Druze in Syria, other than it's being the right moral thing to do and part of their love and connection to the Druze community living in Israel, like myself, showing them that you stood with us, we stand with you. Because let's break it down. There's about 1.5 million Druze worldwide, even less. I'll tell you the exact numbers. They say in Syria there's about 600,000 to 700,000 Druze. In Lebanon there's about 250,000 to 300,000 Druze. In Israel there's only 150,000 Druze. So if you watch until here, and you probably hate this, I used to hate these breaks myself, but it's important. Do the like, do the subscribe, hit the bell. That will help you get notified. If you want to help this channel keep growing, because let's be honest, I'm probably the only Druze podcaster that I know in English that is out there. And if you want to help this channel keep growing, we need your help. We're a small minority. We don't have the numbers, so we appreciate every help that happens. Also, if you want to help this channel practically, go and check the Patreon. We can find practical financial ways to support the work that I'm doing, because after all, I am doing this for free and out of my own free time. For you, it might be one cup of coffee, but for me, it means the world, because this is literally how I'm making a living right now, to keep doing content for you full time. So if you want to support this channel, if you want to support myself, go and check the Patreon practical ways to do it. I've wasted enough of your time. Let's get back to the show. The Druze have nothing to give Israel in terms of the world politics, everything. Think about it. It is such a small minority. They have no country of their own. They have no economy of their own. They have no gold, no oil. They have no crazy technology that they can give them. They have lots of apples in Syria, lots of very good apples. But in general, Israel have more to lose than to gain by sending the Air Force into Syria while Israel is engaged in 7 fronts war right now, trying to survive and losing on the 8th war, which is the war on social media. And during all of this time, Israel comes and says, no, we're going to get out of our way and we're going to go and we're going to save them because that is the right thing to do. So, boy, was I ever proud to be an Israeli, knowing that I'm on a country that is doing the right thing, regardless to what the world is trying to tell them, to hush them, tell them, no, don't do it, don't save them. There's a lot of money. Qatar is paying a lot of money. Saudi Arabia is paying a lot of money. Let them slaughter minorities because, guys, let's be honest, that is what is happening right now, and we're not going to go into it right now, but you can figure out by yourself. I'll even say this. Up until long ago, nobody cared about Sudan. Suddenly, Saudi Arabia comes to America and gives them $1 trillion. And America goes and talks about they need to go and stop the massacre of Christians in Sudan. Now, stay with me here. I'm all for stopping massacre of Christians in Sudan. But why does it happen all of a sudden when Saudi Arabia comes and gives a lot of money to America? How come it didn't happen the last 42 years that it's been happening? And I'll tell you very good why. Because Saudi Arabia is trying to build this money relationship with America where they basically will do whatever Saudi Arabia tells them to help reshape the Middle East in the way that they want. Saudi Arabia doesn't want Israel or America to stop the genocide, the ethnic cleansing of minorities in Syria, because they don't want to lose Syria from the hands of the Sunnah like them into the hands of the Shia or other forces. So for them, the interest is more important to keep Syria under the rule of ISIS, guys, of Al-Qaeda, of Jawlani, than to have Israel go in and step in and go and save them. Now, back to this story of what happened here.
وازدرائها له ولميثاق الأمم المتحدة وضربها عرض الحائط بكل القوانين والأعراف الدولية. شهدنا اليوم جولة استعراضية قام بها رئيس وزراء الاحتلال الإسرائيلي بنيامين نتنياهو صباح اليوم في المناطق التي توغل فيها جيش الاحتلال السوري. We have proved ourselves to Syrians, to our region, to our allies, to the new countries we're engaged.
We have learned the lesson from Lebanon. We will not allow militias to be at the border.
So this ambassador is getting upset and he's coming and saying, hey, how come you guys are not giving us back the areas in Syria that you took over, the Golan Heights and all the borders with Israel? And Israel is telling him, no, you're not going to get that back. You're a bunch of terrorists. And he says, no, well, other countries are normalizing the relationship with us. How can't you guys do it? And Israel, thank God, is just not falling for this nonsense. That's what I like about Israel. Israel is like the Night Watch in Game of Thrones. They have no time for nonsense, for cowpoo. They have no time for all these silly games of just changing names all of a sudden. Oh, one day you're a terrorist, the other day you're not. We can't play that game. We can't afford that game because we're too close to reality, to what is really happening in the ground. And we're surrounded by radical jihadists from all over, extremists that would rather see the Middle East burn than actually have peace with Israel, that would rather oppress every minority and help keep erasing minorities from the face of this earth. Remind you, Islam started in Saudi Arabia. That's the area where the Arabs started. Anything outside of Saudi Arabia is an area that was conquered by violence and then forced to convert to Islam or die. There's many small minorities that literally perished during that time. And the only one that survived are very strong and resilient and precious minorities that are still living until today. The Druze, some Christians, the Jews, and some very small groups like the Yazidis and others, and even the Kurds who are Muslims themselves, but they don't have the same identity like, the Sunnah, Salafi, radical jihadists of Syria. So these groups are literally fighting until today to survive and not to be exterminated by the tidal wave of Islam that is coming to destroy them. And Israel knows that. Israel knows that. Israel knows this game. Israel's been dealing with that for so long, and Israel is not going to let it happen. But boy, that answer that he gave him, the Druze are our brothers and our sisters. What an answer. What a beautiful answer, seeing a country that have no incentive to go and help a minority in another country that have nothing to give them, but they still did it because it's the right moral thing to do. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, a true friendship. And I can only wish that America and Europe will start behaving the same way towards the Christians that are being massacred around the world, and not only when someone gives you money, but actually to do it when it's the right thing to do. And it's better to start yesterday than tomorrow. Stay safe. See you next time.